First-year head coach for the Hilltoppers, Hank Plona, huddling up with the Western Kentucky squad. Graduate of Providence in '07, found out the day after he graduated he had an offer to be a graduate assistant for 2 years. Rest is history. Just a phenomenal run at Indian Hills. Came last year as the assistant, this year as the head coach. Doing a good job at Western Kentucky, 14-8 on the season. Trying to lead the Tops back to the NCAA tournament with a team that returned a lot of talent from last year. Don't always see that, especially with mid-majors to make the big dance. Meanwhile, for Kennesaw State, it's year 2 for Antoine Petway. Head coach for the Owls says, I hit the jackpot with this team. I love this team. Calls them everyday dudes, but so impressed with the culture and the buy-in, especially from this youthful squad that's 3rd in the nation in percentage points that come from freshmen, behind Duke and Rutgers. Bayless, mid-range, off to the left. He beat the horn, but a tough look for Western Kentucky. A 10-0 run here for Kennesaw State. Hilltoppers still without a field goal. Woolley penetrates, blocked by the defense. Leroy Odiaye with the swat. His 19th of the season for the Irishman.
Yeah, once again, I think the stat sheet might not show that they're fantastic when it comes to paint defense, but they swarm, and they have length, and they have size. That you cannot replicate.
Franquan Sherman in the spot of Braden Liu. Shot fake by Woolley, works baseline. Woolley swatted, and he'll head to the line.
The art of the pump fake. It is such a nuanced, I guess, characteristic of your game or skill set of your game to have in your tool belt. You don't develop that until later in your career. I know we keep talking about how he's a freshman and look what he's been able to do. A beautiful pump fake is something that I think is underrated about his game and about everyone's game, something that I think should be talked about more.
Silly numbers for Adrian Woolley, the freshman.
It's crazy, Nolan, to have the expectation that he has because of the standard that he set for himself. Only his production is speaking for itself. Nobody's out there saying, hey, Adrian, we expected you coming in to put up almost 20 points per game. I mean, can you think of how crazy that sounds saying it out loud? But that is now the standard that he has produced here at Kennesaw State.
Hilltoppers trying to end an 11-0 Owl run. Floater off the heel. Western Kentucky 0 for 8. Almost got the ball back. Great effort there. Colombe fighting for it, forces a jump ball, and possession stays with WKU. Great second effort from the senior out of Quebec, Enoch Colombe.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, especially when you're in a dry spell, in a drought like they are right now. 3-on-1, that's a lot of white jerseys, and that's only one red jersey. You hit the deck, and that is what you come up with, and that's a big effort play. Didn't get the reward ultimately, but you still like to see that from Colombe.
Cottle gets his hand in there off the possession of Lander, and that was something big for Cottle, too. In the games last week, again, didn't have great field goal shooting percentage. However, he stayed engaged in the game. Great at free throws. Sprinkled in some rebounds, and then steals, a handful of steals against FIU.
And Nolan, that's the ultimate signifier of a good teammate. Because it's easy when you're not, you classify yourself as a scorer, you're not hitting the shots.
Woolley. Oh, it's wet. Adrian Woolley with his second triple. And a timeout for Western Kentucky. This one getting ugly for the Hilltoppers in the first half.
Well, he's hitting the shots. He's unstoppable right now. No, we talked about the runs in the pregame. Kennesaw State 14-0 run over the last 3.5. That is enough to win a ball game. Obviously, more than enough time for Western to answer in this half alone. But man, it's the spurt ability of Kennesaw State, and when Woolley continues to command and orchestrate his workings in the offense, this team is incredibly hard to stop.
9 points.
Yeah,
6 minutes and 9 seconds.
We just got started.
Let's check in with Lauren Hoffman. Lauren.
Well, guys, I couldn't hear much what they were saying, but that WKU timeout was not one you wanted to be a part of. They seemed really, really frustrated. There was a lot of yelling, but it mostly was from a standpoint of just bringing up the energy. And you can see they're kind of coming out flat here. While on the other side, Kennesaw State is bringing that energy, bringing all the momentum that WKU needs to find if they want to stay in this game or be in this game.
are just opposites from the last time they met. Hilltoppers are up by 20 a month ago when these teams met up in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Owls lost by 11. They trimmed it to single digits in the second half, but that big run for WKU too much. Marshall, meanwhile, eyes the three, and there's the first field goal for the Hilltoppers, and it comes from downtown on the 33% three-point shooter.
Yeah, that's the guy that they're going to have to key in on. He finally broke the spell for the Hilltoppers, and I think this is kind of carryover from the last game. 59-point second half, you're bound for somewhat of a letdown. Energy-wise, they did come out flat, but that three could get them right back into it, and I think it will.
Woolley on the blocks, feeling the heat at two, gets underneath. How does he do it? Adrian Woolley in double figures, barely into the ball game. I'm at a loss.
Yeah. I don't know what to say either. It's my job to say something here, and I don't know. I mean, he does it all.
Oh, Lander and the Hilltoppers starting to heat up from distance. Back-to-back threes for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, don't let them get hot from beyond. 18 threes against New Mexico State. That was just one shy of their program record. Again, that was the best version of them that we've seen so far this year. We'll see if the Owls can keep them hemmed in or if they're bound for another good shooting performance.
Cottle with under 10 to get a shot off. Cottle beats the horn. Rolls out. Defensive rebound for Marshall, lobbing it ahead. Colombe on the baseline, size advantage over Cottle, but he misses it off the glass.
And Cottle pulled the chair out on the second bump. He knew he was going to catch a shoulder to the chest. That was brilliant defending from Cottle.
Loose ball, Western Kentucky with the turnover.
Boy, they got active hands on the other side too, right?
Colombe with a shot fake, uses the screen.
Oh, wow, that was aggressive clear out from Colombe.
Lost the basketball, possession with the Owls.
Let's see. Okay, well, he did get away with a little bit of a move of that pivot foot, but still the athleticism to where he was stuck versus where he ended. Two very different spots. Sure, he got away with, I think, moving that pivot foot for sure, but that doesn't take away from what he's been able to do.
Multiple subs in the floor, notably McHenry back in the floor for Western Kentucky. Fourth game in a row, he's not in the starting lineup. Seals had big minutes against FIU, but the freshman turns it over. 31 against the Panthers, a spark plug off the bench with 13 points. The most significant action for the Tampa native in his first year in the league.
And Nolan, what I hope is he doesn't feel that pressure to recreate that magic, right? You just want to come in, play efficient minutes, do what you're supposed to do your job on the floor. Don't feel like you have to replicate that performance every single time you get on the floor.
Lou causes the steal. Hurd open. Off the iron. Good rebound by Bayless, weaving up the floor. Bayless has it stolen away by Woolley. Woolley on the fast break, dunks it for the Owls. Timeout on the floor. It's Woolley's world. We're all just living in it. 20-8 lead for Kennesaw State at the 11:37 mark. Defense to offense. Number 6 freshman scorer of the nation coming to your living room. Owls up by 12.